What's up? Okay. Where do I begin? I don't even know where to start. Okay. So, my mom got in a car accident not too long ago. Thank God she's alive. And it really took a toll on my sister and my life because we both thought like our lives were gonna change completely. We thought first and foremost, we were really happy that our mom survived, but then we also were really scared that she was about to lose her memory for good, like get her memory wiped. So I moved back from LA to Florida as soon as possible, dropped my stable income, pretty much took a chance on just saying I'm gonna go to Florida. And my sister obviously took me and my mom in. My mom can't pay for rent, she can't work, and her car was totaled. And at the time I was like desperate for looking for online opportunities, online jobs and stuff, because I really wanted to continue to work while making my transition back to Florida. But at the time I was a full-time babysitter, I was a full-time nanny. And I love that. I actually wish I could still be a nanny, but it's a lot of work and it could be very, very, it could be very, very exhausting. But I still, it's like very fulfilling work. Intrinsically, it's very fulfilling. It's so frustrating when I run out of space on my phone. Okay, so I just deleted CapCut and I deleted YouTube, and I'll re-download it again. And if I need to edit or whatever, I'll just re-download it again. It just refreshes like the cache and the cookies or whatever. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. So I really wanted to live in LA to just follow my heart, just follow my instincts. I loved that I got to pretty much travel and go to Malibu, go to hiking, go to see mountains. And in Yosemite, I went to go see Yosemite Park. That was really cool. So I did things that to my family, they were just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Karina did that, right? They were just so they're like, wow, she's really got it in her to just get up and go and just explore. And I don't know if everybody has that. A lot of people were scared, I guess, for me. And sometimes people did doubt, they're like, oh, she just said she wants to move somewhere. But I did it. I actually did it. I have a friend, she told me, she was like, I'm so proud of you. She goes, you said you were going to do something and you did it. I was like, absolutely. I planned my move to LA. I planned it 3 months in advance. It was November of 2024. I don't know, October. It was October of 2024. And I literally moved at the end of December. And I rang in the year January 1st of 2025 in Los Angeles, California. And I just started YouTubing my entire document. I pretty much recorded everything from the minute I left Florida to the minute I arrived. And I just was documenting my experience with roommates, making sure the apartment was clean. And I, if I ever felt there was something on my mind, something that I really wanted to express, whether if it was about religion, my spirituality, or it was about personal development and growth, I was documenting the whole thing. So I didn't feel like my chapter was completely done in LA. I definitely think there was a learning experience from all of this. And at the time of looking for online opportunities, I had previously come across, so that was when my mom had that accident. It was around the end of September or October. And during the summer, I want to say maybe May or June, I started following this account on Instagram called Her Last Call. And it's for remote closers for for different online companies in high ticket sales. So I was like, oh, let me dust off my like cobwebs off my selling skills. I used to sell timeshares right out of high school. I was like 18, selling like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of packages, and it was like obviously hard to gain credibility to a couple, a young at heart couple, trying to sell them on like going on vacations and stuff. But I didn't have to sell them. They knew the value. So that was like one of my selling experiences that I had, and I wanted to get back into sales. And I said, it is a little bit different to do sales online versus in person. I think that there's these nuances, there's some affinity that people have when they get to see you in person, like the energy, the aura, you feel it. It's a little bit different than like having someone through a Zoom meeting, right? So I did my research right around August or October. I saw like an email, and it was one of those one of those video letters. So I clicked on it, watched the video, and I knew that this was a real thing. I knew it wasn't like a hoax. I knew that I could get my feet wet by at least getting the training that I needed under my belt. And I took the leap of faith. I joined that academy, and even though I'm still not on a digital product, because I'm very particular, I really want to make sure that the product that I sell is for the long haul, not just like, oh, let me just like test it and see. No, because I don't want to like waste people's time. People take their time to train you. People take their resources to really make you an asset in their company. And I just feel like not doing your research on a company when you could have, you might waste your time and their time, because obviously you didn't do enough research to figure out whether or not that was going to be somebody that you wanted to work for. You got to see kind of, but also again, I guess even you can do as much research as you can, but working directly with an owner, you'll never know, right? You'll never know how they act off camera. And I think that's really important to keep in mind too. So I try to weigh kind of how it would be working for like the ideal company as a remote closer. So I was looking into luxury trip sales. So I'm like slowly but surely kind of thinking about getting back into like the vacation industry. So, but it wouldn't be for a timeshare company. It would be for a lot of entrepreneurs nowadays. They just kind of feel lonely. They want to travel. They want to network, and they're able to, land jobs this way. Maybe they even land a deal that, 1 month they've made 50K, and then another month they make like 150K. So like remote closing for luxury trip sales is a niche right now, and a niche, and I kind of want to get into that. So I applied for, in the meantime though, I did need a stream of income moving back to Gainesville. I did need a stream of income. I have a background in hospitality. I've been working for a luxury brand called Eddie V's. I guess it's not like the best luxury brand, but it's pretty up there. It's pretty elevated. It's a really great experience as far as like a dining experience goes. It's a very elevated experience. It's nice. And so I love working in hospitality. And I love working in person. Sales is kind of in line with hospitality. If you paint it as like a product, obviously you're consuming the food, the experience. The high ticket price of a luxury experience is you're not paying for the quality of the food. Mostly you're just paying for the quality of the experience, the server, how they treat you, how the management treats you, how the hostesses treat you. So I was a hostess by choice. I obviously felt like I could have been a bartender or a server. I also bartend and serve, and I've done that for a very long time. But I felt like I'm not demoting myself if I'm being a hostess. No, it's just where I love to thrive. I just love being the first point of contact in any company, in any situation. So I, here in Gainesville, decided, okay, I need to get some income in. So I was, in the meantime, with the transition, I was doing some Uber delivery on the side. And then in the daytime, I was like, okay, what can I do in the daytime? You know, because it's not really busy in the morning, the Uber Eats delivery. So my sister's apartment community has like an office, so I needed to get my resume printed out, and I went over there and I was like, you know, I asked my sister, hey, can you help me get this printed out, because she's on the lease. So she went into the office and asked if they were hiring, and they were like, yeah, you have to go to the home office, like the corporate the home office. And so I went in with my resume in hand, super excited, and I got an on-the-spot interview, and then I had my second on-the-spot interview that like an hour later, and now I'm a saleswoman. I am a leasing specialist. So it is pretty much, it's high ticket because it is a contract. It is an agreement, a formal agreement with potential residents to sign a lease for 12 months. And their 12-month lease being anywhere between $8,000 to $10,000. And even though it's not like I'm getting commission right now, the bonus structure, I think it's like 25 per lease signed up. I guess that's like not that much if you consider like a percentage being at least 10%, right? But no, it's not that bad. What it is that it's a college town. So because it's a college town, turnover being the season of when it's back to school, when each semester begins, usually the busiest is August. So there's like hundreds of people like moving into the apartment. So yeah, so the bonuses can be really nice. The structure of that bonus is really cool. But in the meantime, it gets the cobwebs off of my selling abilities. So that is what I'm excited about. That is like where my North Star is going, is working from this thing. This is where I want to make my money so I can travel and work from my computer eventually. That's the goal. That is the goal. I'm a huge firm believer in that where you put your mind, where you set your goals, you can achieve them, as long as you stay focused on, you know, on the reason why you're doing it. And if that's something that you really want to do and you visualize that for yourself, you can do it. I really truly believe that. For the longest, I think since like 2016 or 17 or something like that, I always said, I was always proud of like thinking, oh, I'm gonna be a girl with like a nice Toyota Corolla, but I bought it myself instead of having like a really nice Mercedes that my parents bought me. Like, what kind of girl do you want? Do you want the girl that like knows how to get it, or do you want the girl that just like is always asking her parents for money, you know? So I kind of want to always be the girl that goes and gets it. So that's like a goal that I had in my head. Obviously, like, I know like a Toyota Corolla is not a luxury car, but to me it wasn't the fact that it was luxury. It was just a beautiful, cute car that I always wanted to have. And I don't mind being a Toyota girl. Like, Toyotas are fire. They will last you forever. And I grew up around cars. My dad was he's a truck driver for Reliable Carriers, and they transport luxury vehicles all across America. So I just, my whole life, like, and my biological father in Colombia, he's always been a car aficionado. So I just, being around cars, like, I love cars. So it was really cool, and I just knew which brand of car I always kind of was gonna get. And Toyota was one of them. Like, specifically, I always saw myself like with a Corolla. And so I got a 22, so last year, right before I moved to LA, I went in and I had, like, you know, my pay stubs from working as a hostess, and I also had proof of income through, like, financial aid for college. So I combined those two, and I went into the dealership with my fingers crossed. I wasn't expecting anything, but one thing I will say, and I want to teach my children this, is character development is so important when it comes to getting up in life. Like, if you come in with, like, a sour mood, or like you're not, or like you come in with, like, thinking you're all that, like that, you know, like, unfortunately everything should be handed to you, or like people need to, like, bow down to you, like, that is not the way to act. That is not the way to behave. People don't, you shouldn't expect things from people. People don't owe you a thing. Nobody owes you a thing. This life doesn't owe you a thing. It is your responsibility to promote your happiness and your peace of mind, and transmit that, and allow people to gravitate towards that kinder energy that you transmit. So I went in with, like, a really, really positive attitude, and wasn't, like, begging, give me the card. No, but I just was like, hey, if it goes through, if you know, if we can land a bank to accept the loan, great. And if not, we walk away, we part ways, it's fine. You know, you lose all the shots you don't take. So I sat at the dealership for hours, because I was gonna drive to LA in my little hoopty. It was another Toyota Corolla, but it was a 2006 Toyota Matrix. And I got that Matrix, like, years ago. So it's been in the family for a hot minute. And I love that thing, and I always clean it. I treat it like it's gold. Like, I take care of things, doesn't matter how old they are. And I drove out to LA in a brand new, wasn't brand new, but it was a 2023. It is a 2023 Toyota hybrid Corolla, and it's a special edition. It has, like, the first owner had got it customed, where, like, the interior is, like, the lighter cream color, the whiter cream color, and so the outside is underground gray, and it also has, like, nice tinted windows. And so I'm so happy. I got the car of, like, kind of like of my dreams. And the one that's, like, officially the car of my dreams, I don't know, we'll say that for now. Actually, no, I will say I love a G-Wagon. I love a G-Wagon. I think it fits me. It fits me, and that's the car that I want. And it just goes to show that, like, even doing this, like, talking about it and, like, speaking on it, it will come into your life eventually, if you want it that much, if it's a true feeling that you really want, right? So I also, around that time that I said I wanted to get a Toyota or be a Toyota girl, I also had, like, images up on an Instagram page called The Modern Charm. This was around the time, actually, I started the idea to start The Modern Charm came from a couple different places. One, it came from Frank Sinatra, and another one came from my desire to be a flight attendant for Emirates. I was following this blog called The Modern Muse, and then I was like, oh, I want to start blogging. I'm gonna start blogging. And I was, like, really obsessed with, like, love advice, and so I was, like, really obsessed with like taking a lot of, like, information in about, like, what is love, how to fall in love, like, what is this thing, like, how I was obsessed. I am, like, still kind of obsessed, but not as much anymore, because, like, I have a way better grasp of what love really is. And so like I did my due diligence, and for years and years studied that, and I still am studying it on my own, not in college, just on my own. And yeah, so I started the Modern Charm blog, and then around that time, that was like what, 2016, around that time, there was this one Instagram account that was huge. It's called the Millionaire Mentor, and like he was showing people like how to design like little like content, like just content on your profile with like quotes and stuff, and like he was teaching you how he uses it, how he edits it, how he puts the logo, and how so I was having fun with that. And so I created a bunch of like images of like my ideal life, and one of them was like, you know, a girl with a laptop traveling, and I was like, that was the vision, and it's still the vision, it's still the goal. Luxury trip sales, or being a high ticket remote closer. So how it usually, okay, this is what I have here. As far like kind of like going back to this, this is something that I'm like trying to focus when I get off work, when I get off of doing the leasing specialist thing every day at 6. I get my clothes on, my gym clothes on, and I change at the office. I get my gym clothes on. I go and I do Uber Eats delivery for a couple hours. I make like $50, but I do that 5 times a week. Extra $100 a week. You know, it's just like, you know. And then after that, I go to the gym, and I like, I'm either on the treadmill. I don't like the treadmill. I'm on the elliptical. Today, I usually am on the elliptical, but today I did the Stairmaster, and I did it at like a really low speed so I can do like leg lifts. And so I like it. It feels good. So I'm really like motivated to go back. I think what motivates me the most going back is seeing other people be motivated. It's a very young crowd because it is a college town. I just feel like people are in the zone. People are like serious about like their physical health, and that is just to me, it's exciting to get excited about looking good, like taking care of my vessel, this vessel that God gave me. We have to take care of our bodies, everybody. It's super, super important. Yeah. And I like looking just like looking around. Oh my gosh, it brings me into another topic. Like we'll put a stamp on this thing. It brings me into another topic, kind of tying back the love thing. You know what I realized? You know how hard it is for people to not micro cheat? Like, I pride myself on being like a high integrity, getting in my hyper integrity mode when I'm with like a guy officially. And then I also like, I feel bad because like I know how hard it is to like, you know, get rid of your distractions and stuff. Obviously no one's perfect. Like, being somebody who prides themselves and being like very high integrity and like looking the other way, not putting myself in an environment where I can potentially get like feel tortured to like do something wrong. Not like that someone's torturing me. It's like if you put an alcoholic in a room full of drinking people and you're like trying to like not be an alcoholic anymore, like you're giving yourself those temptations, right? That's like torture for yourself, right? Not that that's my case at all, but I think about it, and I sympathize for the man that maybe perhaps cheated on his girlfriend, cheated on his wife, because how can I expect perfection from him when I struggle sometimes with like, you know, like looking the other way, or just like if there's somebody in front of me that's like kind of good looking. If I was in a relationship and I know this person's good looking, I'm like, I know I shouldn't be staring, but just the fact that I'm like struggling to not stare is already in itself like a micro cheat, if that makes sense. Like, so if that happens to me, I don't think I should expect perfection of my significant other. I really don't. Like, it's very almost impossible. Another thing what I noticed is that, like, Instagram, like, I don't like guys following me on Instagram because I am usually looking for a partner, looking for a significant other. And when I get into a commitment with somebody, I usually don't like other men giving me attention. I try to, like, stay away because, like, I don't want anybody potentially disrupting what I've got going on. So I just, like, in my single in my waiting era, I just, like, why am I gonna go through the work of, like, making every guy unfollow me when I get in a relationship? I just avoid it altogether in general, because I'm gonna make them unfollow me anyways when I get in a relationship. So I keep it like that, and I like it like that. I think I, like, allow just, like, my uncle and, like, a few of my guy cousins, and that's it. Guys, that is literally it. I do not like guys following me on Instagram, and that's why I struggle with, like, getting, like, more visibly seen on social media. Or, like, for me, it's not so much social media right now, it's more so my YouTube channel. I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel. I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel. I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel since like 2015, 2016. And I just never did it. I never took the leap of faith. I finally just was like, you know what? Like, I've got something to say. I just need to get it going. And I think my tribe will gravitate towards me in some way, shape, or form, right? So you guys will come on this journey with me. I know that some of my things that I've been going through is definitely relatable. I'm just gonna say, do not give up on your goals. Do not give up on things that matter to you. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, no matter what. And one of the things that is, like, has been going through my mind a lot lately is, like, do I really want to, like, make my life perfect for a man, or do I want to make my life perfect for me? And I want to make my life perfect for me. And I feel like if I'm going towards my goals, I feel like if I'm going towards what I want to do in life, the right guy will find that amazing and beautiful, right? And I urge you, and I want to do this, I urge you, because I want to continue my studies. I want to continue going back to college. I took classes in 2024, and I'm, like, in the repair phase of my GPA. So don't give up. I'm not giving up. You shouldn't give up. Let me be your motivation to not give up. Even if that means taking one class per semester, which that sounds feasible. Do one class per semester. Don't overbook yourself. Like, I want to be a remote closer. I'm doing Uber Eats on the side. I have a day job. The likelihood of me successfully passing 3 or 4 classes in one semester is just not realistic. So for me, though, what would be realistic would be one online class per semester. Even if it takes forever, who cares if it takes forever? Even if I get married and get pregnant, who cares? One class per semester is absolutely doable. Even if I was pregnant, even if I had my babies, one class per semester is absolutely doable. It keeps your mind active. It keeps your brain active. It makes you smarter by the day. Like, you know, you want to, if you don't use it, you lose it. And that's super important. So take your supplements. Creatine. Oh my gosh. Creatine right now has my heart. Creatine. I actually just bought the Newtonic creatine packets, and those sachets are sashaying, let me tell you. So good. I got the pineapple flavor Fire, 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 fire. Fuego, fuego, fuego. Yeah, so if you guys want to learn about remote closing, please, I urge you as a fellow system, as a fellow closer, remote closer, go visit the academy. It's called Her Last Call. So I broke it down to kind of like remind myself that this is my goal. I put it as like my background on my laptop, my to-do list for luxury trip sales as a remote closer. So pretty much here's what I put down as a reminder for myself. They are networking events for young professionals with little to no familial responsibilities who are looking to connect and build with other like-minded young individuals. The rate to buy is high, for they are mostly seeking to leave a lonelier era for themselves and build wealth by connecting with other potential business partners. Meaning the ticket price is extremely high because they're going overseas mostly, and they kind of design it to where it's like a all-inclusive type of experience. So the ticket price is high. However, they are willing to buy because the pain of feeling lonely in a developing world is so strong, and people want to get out of that lonely chapter in their lives. So they want to meet other like-minded individuals, and it's potentially going to elevate them. They want to surround themselves with like-minded people where they're suffering in their regular day lives because they're not able to connect with people that have like their same mentality, their same drive, or the same way that they think. And I think that is the beauty of the internet, and I think that is an amazing opportunity for a lot of young people, young men, young women. They want to connect with potential business partners, and so it can take them to the next step is who you are, who you hang out with, right? So it could the design of the structure, depending on the company that you work for, your ticket price could either be a 2K ticket price or a 10K ticket price. And for the most part, sellers are getting a 10% commission. There is a company that I know that is called oh my gosh, marketing. I always say if I forget it, it wasn't strong enough, right? So anyways, she got 40% cut, which is really freaking attractive when her ticket price is anywhere between like $2,000 to $15,000. Anyway, this other okay, so you can have like a 2K package and get 10% off that, and then deal with 7 calls daily. And then, you obviously it's like a smaller percentage. Or you could potentially have a company that you work for that has like a 10K package, and then maybe get like 1 call daily, like 1 strong lead daily. So what do you think your odds are to getting that? I think you will, get the engine going further with like a 2K deal. Start small, right? But it's like your what's that thing called? You're slingshotting yourself forward by going back a little bit, but it's like a good sacrifice to make, because you're getting the momentum, you're seeing more faces more often, and I think that will prime you to be in a better position to sell. For something potentially might be better in the future. But like I said, I don't want to be like jumping around like a bunch of companies. No, I really I want to find a home when it comes to working for a company. I do well with stability. I do well with consistency. My father has been in the same building my entire life. I was born in that building. I played hide and seek and around in that building all my life. Like, that building is still there. And when I go to Colombia, guess where I'm gonna go visit? In that building. So for somebody like me who really values a strong foundation, talking about strong foundation, the apartment complex that he owns, he built the hole so deep because there's earthquakes in Cali, Colombia. quite often. So he built the cement hole so deep so that it would be firm, have a firm foundation. Actually, the city got mad at him because he wasn't allowed to do that. He had to like then go get permits and stuff. But that that hole that he built is actually half the size of the Eiffel Tower. That's how overboard he went. That's how obsessed he was with creating a firm foundation. He does not want his building to get torn down. And I guess that's in my genetic code. It's like, I want to find a home. I want to find a company to call home where I'm earning, not to the point where I'm like rich just to get rich. No, I want to get rich, to have like a fulfilling life, and I want the fulfillment to come from an intrinsic place. I don't want my fulfillment just to be to fulfill to fill up my pockets. I want to know that I am making a change in the world, and that I am impacting somebody's experience for the better, that I am creating that happy environment for them, that I am creating an experience, a memorable experience, a once in a lifetime experience. And I want that experience to be the same for people from all walks of life, whether you come from a lot of money or a little bit of money, and you just so happen to, come across this opportunity that I have, on a gold plate for you. And if there's a possibility for you to have that experience, even if it's like on a tight budget, but there's a possibility for you, whether that's like through payment plans or something, I want that to be for anybody. And I know it's going to be a good product because I'm going to pick it, and I'm going to make sure it's a good product, and that it's worthy of that type of praise, because it's going to get good reviews. It's going to have word of mouth business. And I think I'm going to find it. I'm going to really just like manifest that, because that is to my core what I truly believe that works and is in the longevity game, is what's going to have that kind of rich life, right? So with all that being said, this is what I put. Look for popular, interesting people to sell for. They consistently offer 10 leads a day with the right ad spend in place. Okay, so like, you just gotta you just gotta find out who cracked the code when it comes to looking for potential clients. So there's clients out there that don't really know about digital products. So I guess the first question you can ask a potential client is, hey, have you ever considered buying a digital product before? Have you ever sat in one of these calls before? And tell me, what was it for? Was it to make money? Was it to gain an experience? Was it to transform your health, your psychology even, right? So I think it's where the world is going, and I'm okay with it. I'm not sailing against the tides with that one. What can I say? I am excited for this little chapter area of my life, right? One thing I want to say is I am not perfect. Like, we do not come from money. But we are hardworking people. Like my mom, my sister, both my fathers, my biological father, my stepfather, we're just cut from a different cloth. We're cut from like high integrity, do not lie, keep a straight, stern face, but with a smile sometimes, ask for respect by respecting type of people. Right? And super hardworking in general. Yeah. Just cut from that cloth. Oof. I know I've been rambling when my mind is just like, okay, you need a cut. But I guess there is one more thing that I want to talk about, that I want to mention. And I know it's kind of embarrassing, but I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it because I think it's important. And there's a solution. Mold. Black mold. This apartment has black mold. Yes. So, how is that affecting me? How is it not affecting me? First and foremost, it's like a mental warfare because my mom feels like when I walked into the house, it was like a wind gust in my face of like I can't breathe because it feels musty in here, and it feels like the moisture in the air. I can feel it, and like it just has like it's not like a pungent smell, but it is a smell. And I told my mom, I was like, Mom, it smells like mold. It just smells like. She's like, oh, what is this, too old for you? Like, she's making me sound like I'm like thinking of myself so highly in some way. And mind you, I had just got back from LA, and like now I have like a newer car. So she must think that I think I'm on top of the world or something. I know where I came from. I know we don't come from like a lavish life of a bunch of money. I know that. But I also know that I don't have a mental warfare fight with money. I don't think of it as my enemy. I think of it as my friend. And I always think of ways to multiply it and triple it and make it abundant. I know that because the more that I give, the more that I make, the more that I want to give naturally. It's so natural to me. So I don't want her to ever feel that way. I don't think my sister needs to feel that way. My sister pays for this apartment on her own. And sometimes I feel so embarrassed about my own situation. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am a 32-year-old woman living right now for like rent free at my sister's house. Mind you, I am giving her about around $250 a month, but it's not enough. Like, it's just not. Listen, I dropped the job that I had as a babysitter. I paid whatever little money I had in savings to join this remote closing program because I knew that it was going to take me further in my career for 2026. Right? I don't have a college degree. I quit in 2016 because I was working in the nightlife industry. I was working for a club promoter for years, ever since I was 17. I took like my first college class I took right out of high school was philosophy, and that was like the only class I passed. Everything else I withdrew because it just didn't register to me that I was confused about what I wanted my career to be as a millennial, and I was about to spend money on something that I didn't even care about. It just didn't make sense to me. So 2 years ago in 2024, I was like really set on learning classical guitar. I was like, I want to learn I'm a singer for party band. I was in this nightlife industry thing, meeting DJs, meeting promoters. Like, I was really, really, really hyper focused on becoming the best top performer in Orlando, the best of the best, the elite. I was working with, and I still sometimes think, I kind of want to write music again. I want to write songs again. And, working with some really big names, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, it's very tempting. Like, I think about this all the time. I'm like, should I just not worry about college and just go back to the entertainment thing? And let me tell you, to bridge that gap, I said, I'm going to go back to college and I'm going to study classical music, classical guitar, and I want to be classically trained. So I have now a level 1 theory in music, right? So that I can have like the basics of playing the piano. And I love that for myself. And it got a little expensive because I got some loans, some student loans. plus the financial aid. I paid for like my rent and stuff with the financial loans, so I didn't have to worry about work while going to school, because being a music major is really hard. It's not easy. There's like just so much to learn. So like but I did it successfully. I passed all my classes that semester, moved to California, did the whole like did the whole this is the thing about mold, is that you start forgetting your words, and I hate this. It makes me so mad. It makes me so angry. And I'm trying to tell my mom, I'm trying to tell my sister, I'm like, you guys do not understand. You forgetting something is not a coincidence. It's not that you're getting dementia, and it's not that my mom was in a car accident. My mom went to Colombia right after the accident, and she was getting up every day at 6 a.m. and she came back as smart as a whistle. So she healed way faster than both my sister and I thought she would. So this is like my life right now, it doesn't feel like it's in shambles. It just feels like it's just hard stuff right now. It's just the hard stuff, and I'm okay with that. It's okay. Like it's not wrong, right? It's just like it's like it's just like, okay, one thing after another. What's next? Right? So I think about going back to the music industry all the time. I'm like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that, because I want to be a mom. I want there to be a baby inside me. And I think about the repercussions of being under the limelight as a professional performing singer. It's just not the lifestyle that I think I want to give my children. So with that being said, I dropped out of college around 2016, and 32 years old, and I feel embarrassed that I'm like, my sister's, paying all, like pretty much everything here in this house. And, I got the job like a month ago, so thank God for that. I got back to Florida in like kind of like a week before Christmas, or like a couple weeks before Christmas. And of course was like doing the online applications and stuff, and I was just like struggling. I was like, hey, what I gotta do? I gotta do something. Gotta get this thing going. And I noticed that like Uber Eats wasn't really doing great. Like it's just like it does good, and like the kids are like, the students around here, they're never cooking anyways. They always like buy food. And I get really good tips, because like, I guess, I put it on my profile. I'm like, this helps pays expenses. You can put like the reason why you're doing the thing, right? So, it actually pays good. Sometimes I'll like do Uber for like 2 hours, and I'll literally make like $60. I'm like, whoa, that's cool. All right. But it's like extra money on the side. So anyway, I feel embarrassed. Like I feel embarrassed thinking, oh my gosh, like I'm in this situation. There's mold in the apartment. I'm forgetting my words. It's literally killing our brain cells. And I'm having to like battle my mom, trying to tell her, no, it's not that I think I'm better than anybody. It's literally that it's making me not be able to survive as the level of surviving that I want to be doing. And I don't even want to survive. I want to thrive. I don't want to be in a level of survival all the time, but I am not going to let your limitations limit me from thriving. So if that means cutting off the communication for now, I will do that. I will gladly do that, because it's the way I want to live my life, and it's the way that I want to incorporate my own understanding of what I know to be true, which is science. So I think about that, and I think about her perspective is more of like a spiritual minded perspective. Like it's like more of an emotional perspective, like, oh, how dare you type of emotional thing. And to me, it's not how dare you, it's how dare the mold be so darn horrible to our own health. And it's obviously, my sister has like a professional career. She graduated college. She graduated with her associates in business. Or yeah, she just got an associate's, but a lot of her classes were business classes. And I don't want to say what her profession is now, because she asked me to keep it private, so I'll do that. And she just, you know, really is really a responsible young lady. And her career right now requires a lot, like, it's a very demanding career. Professionally, it takes a toll on her, like, her energy levels. So to get home and then have her older sister nag at her for living in a condition that she's not even paying for, like, I get it. Like, I get why they would be annoyed with me. I'm just like, no, listen, they need to give you your deposit back. You need to move somewhere else, da 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 da. But like, who am I to tell them what to do with their money? Not my mom, my sister. Who am I to tell my sister what to do with her money? When right now she's just like, I just need to focus on work right now. Like, I'm still in training. So I'm like, oh, there's just so much. I'm like, I can't. So I need to get out of here as soon as possible. In the meantime, what I have been doing is I've been researching apartments in the area that have like the least amount of complaints for mold. And I've been compiling that list, since my sister does not have the time to do research, because I've been trying to tell her, you need to do research. You need to think about your health as being the main ingredient of your success and optimizing for that. And of course she's like, yeah, I agree with you, but she's like, I don't have time to do this research thing that you speak of. So I'm over here like, okay, I'm gonna do the research. So I'm doing the research. I'm like sending her options for apartments, and then I'm also doing research on what supplements to be taking to help combat it, and one of them is creatine, right? So I'm really happy for that I have like my light at the end of the tunnel right now is literally creatine. It's so funny. So that's just like really super important to me, is just staying positive, not allowing these negative things to affect you, and also just like being relatable, because I know I am not the only one, right? I know that what I'm going through right now is so relatable, especially because Gainesville is literally a moldy town. Like, it's so old. Sorry, Gainesville. I love you to death. But there's so many trees everywhere, and the trees have so much moss. And I just want to live in an apartment where it's like more of like a plain grass, like not that many trees around, and just like more of an open air concept. Whereas like the rest of the town is like there's trees caving in everywhere you go, and I'm just like, okay, it's like festering everywhere. And then somebody randomly said to me, oh, Gainesville is a sleepy town. I'm like, y'all are not sleepy. It's not that you're tired. It's just this mold is making you lethargic. Like, you're not producing as much, and you're forgetting your words because your brain cells are dying. Like, this is killing your brain cells. And I don't think like people really just don't want to take me serious about it. I literally sound like a freaking crazy person. Excuse my language. I sound like a crazy person going around telling people, you're losing your memory. Like, I'm like, you're gonna forget things. Like, I can't. The fear, FOMO, like fear of missing out. You're gonna forget. The sky is falling. Do you know how annoying I sound to people? I sound really freaking annoying. Like I told the apartment complex. So the apartment complex that my sister lives in is the main company is the company that hired me. So now I'm not only coming in as an annoying resident, I'm coming in as an annoying employee. I'm like, oh, can you guys do something about it? We report it. Right? All we can do is report it, right? Next thing I want to do is I want to help my sister invest in a dehumidifier. And then I ordered supplements so that we can combat this. We are going to plow through this thing. This is not going to be it. The only thing I will say is, when on the other side of this, I'm going to feel like a beat up soldier, like that it's going to be a new beginning, but I'm going to be very tired. I'm going to be very exhausted. And one thing that I learned about my health is that before you heal, you actually get worse. So it's like your body is in like fighting mode the entire time, and then when you finally get to release, your body breaks down, and that breaking down of your body you literally feel like you're worse than when you were in like hyper mode, supercharger mode. And then your healing comes like little by little, but it'll get worse before it gets better. And usually after like a really big low trough, that going up the mountain again feeling is actually quite nice. It's where I get to kind of romanticize life a little bit and things, but it's because my nervous system is regulated and I'm able to retain information, and the creatine will help with that. It will help combat what the cells are doing, which is like they're losing their energy, so they're pretty much becoming atrophied, I guess. So this will help so that my cells don't lose their energy, the creatine. So I'm really like hopeful. I think that this is relatable for anybody who wants to be a remote closer. And if you want more details, if you're a girl and you see this, please I'd be happy to happy to connect you to the remote closing program that I'm part of. And thankfully it's like a lifetime membership type of thing. So once you are in, you are in, and then you have like the weekly calls, they have like training sessions. It's so much fun. I'm so happy because like that's exactly how I want to help other people feel. I want to make them feel like join a community, like buy into a digital product, yes, for your growth, yes, so you can potentially make more money or whatever it is that you're trying to like transform. But for more than anything, do it because you want a community of like-minded people. Because if you're like me, who's like now and you're alone era where you're not with the same friends anymore because you outgrew your friends and your friends are just like on a different wavelength than you, then you're gonna want to surround yourself with a new set of friends, and so you're might be like me in the middle where you're just like where they at, like where are they, and they're gonna be there for you. They're gonna gravitate towards you. You guys are gonna be on the same level. They're gonna root you on, you're gonna root them on, and it doesn't matter what walk of life you are from, whether you are from this country or you're from abroad, this country, the US, or you're from abroad, or you're from somewhere else. There's people like you in other parts of the world. So that I think is super, super fun about going digital, going fully digital. For me, it's going full sales mode, full sales mode, as well as like college mode. So I'm just trying to like blend those two things together. And right now, and this has been my dream for years and years, is like this dream especially came to me like around I want to say the end of 2023, mostly 2024. I want to go to like a cabin in the mountains with like snow, and I want to work from my computer, and I want to write, and I want to read, and I want to just enjoy like a nice cozy dinner, or like just like hang out with my future hubby, and not my kids yet, because like I really want to enjoy it. Like one thing, God, you know me, you know my desire, you know the desires of my heart. I want to enjoy my husband to the max so much. So I'm not in a hurry to have kids. So I just want to enjoy. I want to enjoy us first, as much as he wants, and as much as we can, because you know it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard not to, you know. Yeah. So that is my dream. That is like my vision board is always like, oh, snow, snow, always snow. Like I always vision snow, like being in the snow. I love it. 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 Right. So please don't lose your faith, guys and girls. Please don't lose your faith. Walk with me on this journey. Once we get to the other side, I feel like once I have like my new apartment where I'm like finally on my own again, I'm so thankful for my sister. Y'all, if you don't have a support system, let me be your digital shoulder to lean on. Like, we all need that. I don't know anybody that likes being alone. For me, like my thoughts, if I kept all my thoughts to myself, I would feel very alone. So that's why I like to blog. That's why I like to talk on the camera. That's why I like to do Zoom meetings. That's why I'm always like meeting people, even like my daily life. Like I just like saying things, like connecting with people and like talking about the things that maybe are like troubling my mind or curiosities of my mind. I love to expand with people, and it's so important, right? So yes. How long is this? 1 hour? Okay, yeah, I need to go to bed. I have to work. I work right now. My schedule is I get in at 12 and I get up at 6, and that's usually like Tuesday through Saturday, sometimes Monday through Friday. And I'm pretty much working every day. Gosh, what would I say? Sometimes I work all 7 days. Sometimes I just work the 6. Mostly I'm just like for sure off on Sundays. With that being said, I don't know that I'm gonna continue every week with the Wisdom Wednesday. I'm thinking of adding a different one because my schedule for the month came out and I seem to be having a lot of Mondays off, and to film, and I want it to look nice, I want it to look elevated. I would like for it to be on a day where I didn't have to work, so I don't have to do this, like where it's like last minute, you know, because today is Wednesday and I really wanted to continue that momentum. So it's really hard for me to probably gonna do, and I realize I don't want to do the thing where I'm like filming on a different day than the day I post. I want my channel to be like different. I want that to be my thing, whereas like you can expect the video that I post to have been posted that same day. That's what I want. Like a actual storyline of my life, because this is the day it happened. This is the day I felt this way. This is the day I want it to go out. That's how people, the journals, the diaries, their entire life, they dated them. It was like it left their body the day of, and it was on paper, and you know, whatever. That's how I want to set it up. So hopefully it gives you a more interesting and raw perspective of social media and YouTube and things like this. So don't expect an every Wisdom Wednesday series. Perhaps a I'm gonna mess this one up. Modernity. It sounds like we're saying maternity. It sounds like we're saying maternity, but it's Modernity Monday. Not maternity, modernity. Is there a different way to say this word? Modernity. Oh gosh. All right, you know what I mean. Anyways, I will probably be filming on those Mondays and then posting it. If I'm busy that Monday, I might not post it and might do another one of these where it's like late night or in my car or something. But I like I said, I want to keep the momentum going. I found out a YouTube hack. So YouTube, they hired a bunch of people in their company to actually watch new accounts content and pick the ones to push. So there's actually a human being going through all of these, or like kind of like maybe like looking at the I'm forgetting my words again. It makes me so angry, the fact that I forget so many. I've been forgetting way so many words for me not to be all up in arms. I'm forgetting my words. It's so annoying. What is the little picture thing on the YouTube where you click on it? I'm done. I wasn't like this. In LA, my mind was as clean as a whistle. Like, it was just so sharp, so on point. Like, up by 6 a.m. I didn't do the sleeping in thing, the I'm tired thing, the sleepy Gainesville thing. No. It's so annoying. It's just like fighting against the grain, going against the waves. So yeah, so it's either gonna be Modernity Monday, full film, full set, or Wisdom Wednesday on like the nighttime, like a recap of the day type thing. And if I'm working on a Monday, it'll probably be Modernity Monday as a recap as well, in my car or something like this. This is the only reason I'm doing this here is because there's nobody home, and it just like, I don't want drama. Like, it just, this is easier for now. And that will be for the next couple of weeks. Yeah, I'm still doing my blog posts on Sundays. Last Sunday I didn't really talk too much on there or write too much because I was with family, and that happens, and it's okay. We need to like make a plan to like not make plans. Just like go with the flow with your family instead of being stuck on these machines, which is fine. Like, I'm just, you know, just all in moderation. So I don't know, because there's this one week where I'm working both on the Monday and the Wednesday, so I don't know which one of those I will pick for the week as far as like a YouTube video. Might do the Modernity Monday or the Wisdom Wednesday. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how that week goes. It's still the beginning phases of my YouTube channel, so I feel like it should be okay. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. Once I feel like more people are watching, they're probably gonna expect a little bit more of like a set schedule, which I'm cool with that. Once I'm like established in my own place, it'll be a lot easier to do these things. I feel like it's so hard when you're living with other people. It really is hard. I think I want at least one other roommate. I'm gearing towards not moving in on my own, because I feel like on my own I get really lonely, and I like coming home to like a friend being like, hey, how was your day? Tell me about your day. Let's make a cute dinner together. Let's do like a cute brunch thing together. You know what I mean? Like, I love having dinner like and talking with somebody. I just feel like eating alone is so sad. It's so sad. And I love getting creative with like cooking and like baking things for each other. I love that. I love doing that with like my friends. So I don't know if I want to live on my own. Definitely kind of want to get one more roommate. The only thing is, it is just a little bit weird if you're like always talking, doing sales calls. I mean, if they're cool with it and they're not like freaked out or think it's weird, then that would be a perfect match. I'm looking for like a roommate now for Gainesville. So if you know anybody, please let me know and send them my way. I just will put it just in my description, like, hey, I'm a YouTuber. I also do sales calls on the side, but I'm gone for most of the day. Hopefully that doesn't bother you too much. You know, still going to school from my computer. Sometimes I pick up the guitar. Not really singing as much as I used to, but I still like to hum, right? So I don't know, just like, you gotta find somebody that's like okay with like the noise of like your Eunice. So we're getting there. We're getting there. It'll be a minute, but baby steps, okay? To the YouTube employees, hola. My name is Karina Caro. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe. please like this video, please comment it, and go for your dreams.